What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome.
Whoa.
Aggressive.
We got to start these off with more energy, guys.
If we curse in the first 30 seconds, doesn't that mean we get like
Oh,
demonetized?
you're right, so we'll bleep it. No, stop.
Really?
Maybe the audio listeners maybe can get that one.
Well, you can just do beep, beep, beep.
Okay.
You know?
What's your favorite kind of like beep on like a reality show? Do you like the old school
classic
90s ones, or do you like it when it like goes quiet or like a softer beep?
Oh.
I like when they just replace it. Like, if you were rewatching.
Frick.
Yeah, or like, you mother forget your mother.
That is really
On
funny.
like cable when
Yeah,
they do
yeah,
reruns.
yeah.
Like
You
movies.
stink.
That's very funny.
Hey, forget me, forget you. Like
You mother trugger.
Yeah.
You know, a fun fact.
Yeah.
She's a new cast member on The Real Housewives of New Jersey, and they were doing a little girlies
45
trip.
sewas before she brought up a reality TV show, ladies and gentlemen, for those keeping score at home.
She slept, like, was banging James Gandolfini,
Who is this?
a Real Housewife of New Jersey, before he was James Gandolfini.
Whoa.
And she was
When he was Jennifer Gandolfini.
It was really funny. Yeah. No, it was actually pretty funny. She was like, he was the one who got away, but he was also never there to begin with.
Who is that?
the Tony Soprano, the actor.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's weird to hear his real voice too,
Oh.
because he just sounds like a regular
Normal?
guy. He's like, yeah, when I was playing the character, he doesn't really be like, yeah.
He's not an Italian gangster.
I mean, he's a guy. He's like an Italian guy from New Jersey, but his real voice is like, yeah. When I was playing Tony Soprano, I really had to envision myself.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's
So that
wild.
last movie he made with Louise Dreyfus.
Yes.
He is like in a normal
Yeah.
voice.
Mm-hmm.
Louise.
What's her name?
Julia Louis.
Julia. I was thinking it's like Sarah Louis Dreyfus. My bad.
Julia.
I literally was like, who's Louise Dreyfus?
My bad.
You know, like Mario and Luis.
Oh, have you ever seen a fucking movie, Matt?
Yeah.
Get a letterbox.
Hey, I'm sorry, guys.
So were we spilling tea today? Is that the game plan?
Yeah. First and foremost, I feel as though we need to address the major elephant in the room. I feel as though we left people on a cliffhanger the last episode, and we need to go through your blood work.
What are we talking
Did you get your
about?
blood work back?
Yeah. Did we leave a cliffhanger on this?
Well, yeah. Well, because
We were just talking about
I
it.
have zero memory of this.
Yeah,
Are
same.
you dying?
No, it's because
Me,
we were
every
talking
time I get
about
my blood
food,
drawn.
and we were like, we want to make sure you're healthy, and we were like, oh, we'll get your blood results back.
Oh, right. How'd it go, Mike?
Not to like tear down the HIPAA walls, but
Also, so much misinformation about HIPAA. People are like, no one can ask you if you're vaccinated because HIPAA. And it's like, no, HIPAA is only doctors.
Yeah.
Like, people
Yes.
that work in the medical field cannot discuss your...
well, I would consider myself a self-proclaimed doctor.
So not a doctor.
Yeah, and I was an EMT, so
Yeah.
I can't listen.
Yeah, HIPAA applies to yeah, but you can ask anyone
No,
anything.
yes,
it's
of
not a
course.
legal task.
That's the thing.
or
I was like,
something.
restaurant asking for a vaccination card? That's HIPAA. Breaking HIPAA
It's
laws.
also
Like,
just a-
no, it's
No,
not.
that just means
Private
you're
business.
fucking dumbass. Yeah.
Yeah.
The First Amendment also does not apply to businesses, which people think like you can't block me, you can't delete my
Yeah.
Twitter. That's the First Amendment. Like, no, the First Amendment is that the government can't prevent you from speaking your mind.
It's a private business.
A private business
they
can
have
do
the right to
whatever they
refuse
want.
service
Yes.
Yeah.
to
Yes.
anybody.
Yes.
It's like when people are mad that Twitter was like taking people off of Twitter that were saying these crazy things. Like Trump,
Yes.
they're like freedom of speech, but it's like, okay, but it's not only in America.
Yeah.
Like Twitter is everywhere.
And also, if the government was like, hey, we're gonna put tape around your mouth, that's against the First Amendment. But you can say whatever you want.
I gotta show my vax card. Or like,
Oh,
this
no.
is just ridiculous. Or I can't say what I want on Twitter. Like,
Oh,
I
know,
don't
every time
I've
I-
never been in
No.
that point where I've been like so angry at the world because I haven't been able to.
I only feel it when I
Yeah.
go to the airport and you have to go through security. This is the biggest fucking infringement of your Fourth Amendment rights.
Are you being serious?
Yes.
Wait, what
Your
part?
Fourth Amendment right to search and seizure, I believe.
No, yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah, but isn't
Don't go-
TSA a
number
private
4.
company, so they
No.
can do whatever they want?
They're
just mean.
just
Yeah, they
not
just scream at
necessary,
you.
and it's like it's just it's all bullshit, and it's just a waste of time. And you can't bring liquids, like, and then they'll just if you have a liquid, they'll just throw it out, like.
But if
Yeah,
something
but-
bad did happen, don't they want that legally to cover their?
But that's what I'm
their
saying.
asses?
It's not a real.
The
It's
liquid
fucking
thing is,
bullshit.
isn't it like ingredients to make a bomb or something?
Okay, but if they think that you have a bomb,
Sorry.
shouldn't they like do something about that?
We are not saying the B word on this podcast.
The B word.
Boobs.
I don't know. I think already we're skewing a little like conspiratorial.
Are we?
Maybe. Are
I
we
don't
not?
think so.
Okay, man.
Should we
I'm
have an
sorry.
episode about
Okay, let's get
QAnon?
back to my blood work. There'll be
Yes.
a link to the results in the description if you guys want to take a look.
His login to my chart.
So I got it back, and it could not be more normal.
Oh my
Like,
God, good
everything is
job.
perfect. I showed it to my friend who's a doctor when I was in New York, and he looks at this shit all day. He's like, normal, good, perfect. Damn, that's really good. What I was surprised about, my testosterone, top 90 percentile.
There
Okay.
you go.
Yeah.
Damn
Slay.
straight.
I would have not thought that.
We need Matt's to come back now.
Yeah.
I'm
See
so
who's more
curious about it.
manly.
Yeah, you should get yours done too. We can compare blood
Definitely.
results.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be a fun one. My cholesterol is like very, very, very slightly above what the new range is. It used to be like a more wider range, but now they've condensed it to be
So
even
it's
less
high.
by 6 points. And I think if I just like didn't eat a high sodium diet the night before, I think it would have been fine. But it's basically all normal.
Love that.
So
Love
It's
it.
working.
yeah, whatever I'm.
Yeah.
Oh, they did say my vitamin D levels are a little high because I take
High?
a vitamin D supplement.
It's because you're doing your sun.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
morning sun. Yeah, I mean that probably is.
Are
I
you
do.
only taking one of those?
I take a multivitamin. I take,
Yes.
which includes vitamin D and all the other ones, and I also take an iron supplement because I have low iron.
Isn't the
But
iron
iron-
in the
are you-
multivitamin?
Not as much.
Is your iron good now?
Everything is perfect.
Good.
Great.
Yeah, it's
Fantastic.
unbelievable.
Like-
So I have no reason to be tired all the time. I got to figure something else out.
I feel like I should get my blood taken again. I don't get why they didn't retest my
You should
blood.
do it every year.
Well, no, because when I had my appendix out, my white blood cell count was so high, like crazy high. And then after I got some antibiotics the next day, it went down, but it was still pretty high. But then that's it. I'm like,
You
is
should,
it still
they'll
high?
probably
Like,
check in like 3 months.
yeah, maybe
I'm
I
so
should
curious
just.
what-
Especially after surgery. Morgan's been getting his blood drawn like every other day.
Yeah, I mean, I was getting it drawn a lot, but by the time I
Oh.
was
It felt kind of
out
good.
of the hospital, like getting out of the hospital, they were like, it's like I still saw it was like over. But I think they just
Oh.
assumed because I was taking antibiotics for like
sure.
5 more days, they probably assumed it would help. I don't know.
I'm so curious what my blood cell count is because I take an immunosuppressant every
Humira.
2 weeks.
You
Yeah.
still take it?
Yeah.
Oh, for
Your psoriasis.
Mm-hmm. But that means that my immune system's like at a lower rate, so I don't know if my because your white blood cells are what fight off
yeah.
viruses, right?
Infection.
Infection. Yeah, I'm curious.
So if it's high, that's an
yeah,
infection, I guess.
maybe.
I like getting my blood drawn. They took so much because
Oh, I can't
my
look at
doctor
that.
Oh, they
ordered
take
like
all the panels.
Well,
right?
yeah, they had like the doctor
Yeah,
ordered like all the
that's what
tests,
I
and they
did
just
too.
kept filling up
Yeah.
tubes, and I was
I
like,
hate it. I hate
What was it, like
it.
6 tubes?
it was like 8,
Yeah.
Oh
and
my
I was
God.
I just kept watching her, and they were just filling up. I'm like,
I
damn,
don't
that's
like how
fucking
it feels
nuts.
so cold.
Really?
Wait, can we
Yeah.
talk about the dye that's put
Oh,
in
yeah.
before a CT
Iodine?
scan? Yeah, did you guys do that? Or did you do that before your appendix? Did they do like a CT scan, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Did you get the
Like-
iodine?
Like with it's with contrast. So you would have got a CT scan with contrast
Yeah.
or without.
Did you
I
ever
did
have
that, but I didn't have to. I didn't have to.
No,
Oh,
not
it's-
drink
it's an
it. They
IV.
just
yeah,
inject it.
yeah, they did that.
Did
yeah.
it make you feel like you were peeing your pants?
Yeah.
It's
Crazy.
so weird.
It felt
Yeah.
more to me like I was having my period. Like I felt like my period
Oh,
was coming
It's
out.
Yeah.
such a weird
Yeah,
feeling.
because Erin warned me about it when I was still like waiting to get my CT, and then they told me, and I was like, "How likely am I going to feel like I'm peeing my pants? Like, am I going to think I actually pissed?" And she was like, "No, it just is a
It's
sensation."
just
Yeah.
the way like it's spreading through your body.
Yeah.
You feel like you're having
It's
like
so
a-
weird.
weird.
I remember when they put the morphine in, my whole body kind of like tensed for a second. It was kind of
Ooh.
scary. I was like, "Whoa. Okay, I'm good." Like I
It
said
gets
that
all
out loud.
warm. You get all warm.
I don't know. I felt like my whole body was like for a second. It was kind of scary.
Dun, 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 dun. When you're on morphine,
I've never been on
Damn.
morphine.
huh?
Never been on morphine.
You're missing out. We should do a morphine episode.
Drugs.
I
at the
wanted to make an
hospital.
episode about liars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Matt did. I was like dying.
Yeah, we both just were
Okay,
cracking up.
what would this consist of?
If we did an episode about liars,
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
world's biggest lies, like liars. People,
Well, we can talk about it
like, who-
briefly if you want.
Yeah.
Like who?
Yeah,
who
we
did
do a
you?
little
do
micro
any
episode.
research on
Oh,
it.
okay.
Do you know how to spell?
what else is new?
Typing into Google, who's the world's
Biggest
biggest
li-
liar?
Probably every politician
Yeah.
is what's going to
I
come up.
can't stand liars. I can't stand it. And sometimes I think I can really tell when someone's lying.
How
You
do you
really do
tell?
like to pride yourself
you
on
talk
that.
about this like every episode.
Yeah, you always think Mike's lying.
You do always.
No, Mike's an embellisher.
I don't know if your lie detector is.
Mike will not say
very on
like a
point.
pure lie.
Who do you have people in your life that you are like, you're a liar?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you care to share?
No, I really don't.
What does their
I
first
didn't
name
really
start
want
with?
to make the whole episode about liars. I just thought we were gonna.
I know, but
riff
now I'm
about-
curious, like what you
Yeah.
wanted to say about it.
I wanted us to talk about lying and what the top things people to look for if someone is lying.
Like our biggest lie we've ever told. I do
Yeah.
have a small story. I had when I was younger, you probably remember, there used to be like hair ties that had fake hair on them, like colored hair.
Oh yeah.
So I had one and it was like really cute and like braided and stuff. And I remember I was in my bathroom and I accidentally knocked it and it went into my toilet, like clean toilet. No pee or poop. And I was like, oh my God. And I took it out and set it on the counter and like let it dry. And then like 2 days later, it was still there. And my friend was like, oh my God, this is cute. I was like, you can have it.
Carly.
I know. And then
you didn't lie.
Yeah,
that's true. I didn't lie. That's not a
That was
lie.
just like being a bad person.
Yeah, I was only a bad person. I was not lying. I was just being
Also,
a
it
shitty
wasn't
person.
like a toothbrush fell on
Yeah.
the toilet and you were
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, go
I
ahead.
think I was like so uncomfortable. And then like 5 years later, I was so slap happy and I called her to confess. And she was like, are you drunk? Because I was like dying laughing about it. She had
Yeah.
no idea what I was talking about. She like forgot about it.
Oh, that's good.
So I
Well,
at least like confessed my lie, my bad person.
to
Yeah.
come clean.
Yeah, I came very clean.
Wow.
Yeah. So watch out.
I've definitely lied about stuff.
Like an exaggerated story, like a little white lie.
Probably no, like a white lie.
Yeah.
It's a lie to like
Avoid.
protect someone or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I
Those
have to
are-
lie with people who are manipulative and abusive.
Well, that's only fair.
Yeah, like if
Oh.
if you're dealing with a person who's like a crazy person, you just have to lie.
what? Give an example.
Like if someone is just like manipulating and in a way where they're like, you have to be at my house at 3 o'clock, otherwise like you can go fuck yourself. And it's just like, okay,
Mhm.
well, I'm 2 hours away. Like I'll get there when I can, or whatever. And then you just need to make up something like, hey,
Oh,
I
yeah.
couldn't make it because whatever. Or like,
Yeah.
you know, you can't tell them the truth. Or if like, let's say this, they want to hang out with you and you just don't want to hang out with them, you need to make up an excuse like I'm unavailable to hang out with you because I have a doctor's appointment or
Yeah.
something.
Oh yeah, I've done that. That's like the extent of my lying.
Yeah.
Mostly to get out of
Just to
plans.
protect your own boundaries.
Yeah.
Have you seen those like videos or like trends of people they will contact one of their friends to get them to like lie for them? So that would okay.
Oh, to see if they're a good pal or not.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm trying to explain the premise of how it works.
I've seen ones where they, like,
It'll be
call
like
the
I'll
people's
call you. It's like if
parents.
I
Yeah.
have a girlfriend and I call you, the girlfriend is sitting next to me.
Yes.
And I'll be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Matt, I was with you last night, right? Because I'm with Jen and she's wondering where I was last night. I was with you, right?
Yes.
And the guy would have to be like,
That
yeah.
sounds exactly like season 2 of Vanderpump Rules.
It does. Another reality
yeah, that is
TV.
a trend on TikTok of people being like, are your boys your boys?
But I think
Which is
sometimes,
just like kind of fucked up. Like, will they lie to protect
Yeah.
you from
Yeah.
cheating on your partner?
Yeah.
but if I got a call like that, I'd be like, I don't know what I should say right now.
Yeah.
Like
I'd
if
be
Erin
like,
called me, I was
no.
like, I was with you yesterday, right? I'd be like, what is? Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to
And then I'd
say.
be like,
So-
no, we weren't.
You would
Yeah,
fail
you
the
would.
test.
If Mike
Yeah.
did it with me, I'd be like, absolutely, Mike, I was with you. Sorry, I have a bubble in my throat.
What if he did something really bad? Like, what if you knew he like cheated on his girlfriend and she was the one calling you or something?
I will have a conversation with Mike on the side, but I'd still cover his ass. But the thing is, if Zane was on the other end, he was like, I was with you, right? I'd be like, no, you weren't. Because Zane has
actually
like
forgot.
terrible memory of like, I'm like, you're so wrong. You were not with me, Zane. That's because he would convince himself it was this way, and I'd have to keep
Yeah.
him in check.
Well, the funny one is, it's like when the girlfriend. So, like, if you had a girlfriend and she called Matt, was like, "Are you with Mike right now?" He said he was with you, and those are the funnier ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Because they're
crazy
like, "Oh
too.
yeah," and then it's like, "Can I talk to
Then
him?"
she
And they make up a lie.
And then she knows you're a liar.
Yeah, and the friend too.
And then you'll never be able to hang out with each other ever again.
Gulp.
I also
Sayonara.
there's that one girl who will have girls DM her
I love her
and
TikToks.
she will DM the boyfriend of girls who are like regular,
Oh.
people.
And she's like a hot chick.
Yeah, she's super hot and she'll slide into these guys' DMs and be like, "Hey, I'm in town. I'm in Pensacola for the
Yeah.
weekend. You look really cute. What are you up to?" And these fucking dumbass guys will respond like, "Why would this
Yeah.
hot girl with 100,000 followers
They're
message
dumb.
you to be like, you're cute and you have a girlfriend and you?"
And then once she gets like enough evidence, she'll send it to the girls, and then she just like blocks the guy.
Yep.
Did she get a little money? Did she get
no,
paid?
no, it's just for clout.
I bet I'd be setting up a business doing that.
How
hot is she?
She's just like
I think
she's
she's like a
basically
regular girl.
she's doing it pro bono for the sake of women.
Yeah.
femininity.
Yeah.
No, I know. It's a noble cause,
Yeah.
and I
But it's also so
respect.
crazy.
Who are these dumbass guys who like you think you're gonna get away with this, bro? Don't do that.
But
I
also,
saw-
like, if you have to do that in your relationship, like, if you're reaching out to a stranger on
Right.
the internet to be like, hey,
Yeah,
prove
there's
my
already no
boyfriend's
trust there.
cheating on me, like, probably
It's already
shouldn't be
done.
in the relationship.
Yeah.
That's
What
very
is her-
true.
what is her opening line? I gotta
She
know.
it's
She's
like the
so
same.
good.
She's whatever town that these people are in. She just says like, "Oh, I'm in Nebraska for the weekend, and I was just looking at profiles, and yours look pretty cute."
I've seen a lot where she'll just, like, follow them or request to follow them, and then they message her first.
Hilarious.
Oh my!
On
Word.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, no one's safe.
I like that
don't
person
cheat.
who has that business where they go, Venmo me $5 and I'll comment on one of your ex's pics. Yikes!
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Have you seen the ones that there's like a dating
is
app
so
for
fucking funny.
like alt-right, basically? It's like a dating app, but people like liberal girls will go on and like match with all these men and talk about like the January 6th, and if they say anything about like being there, they'll like send it to the government.
Oh my!
That's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, slay.
That one's my favorite.
You were there, right?
No, I knew a person who was there, and I
At
feel
the-
like they got sentenced, and it was supposed to happen. And I'm so curious how long they
the
have to let a
Capitol
person-
riot?
Yeah.
You know someone?
I know
Like,
a girl
personally?
whose brother was there from my hometown. I
My-
couldn't believe it. I was like, T.
My in-laws,
Oh.
I guess I could tell the whole thing. So TJ's parents, they were going to the chiropractor. It was when they felt like comfortable. Oh, go
We
ahead.
got a sentencing.
So, okay, he was sentenced in February 27th, for 32 months in prison.
Wow.
They're gonna say years. I was like, oh,
Shit,
Lord.
that's like
2.5 years. Yeah. Don't storm the Capitol.
Yeah.
Don't commit insurrection, folks.
That is, it's so tough when you're like, it's hilarious, but it's not hilarious.
I
It's
know,
sad.
I
but
know.
it's
Yeah,
just-
it is. They got misled.
Justice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so TJ's parents, I think this was like the beginning of 2021, and they like finally felt comfortable to like go back to doing stuff, and they hadn't been to the chiropractor and since the whole pandemic, and they've been going to the same person for like what?
I'm like gossiping, like, sorry.
Oh,
I'm,
two
I'm
friends.
Just, I'm
I'm like,
sending it to
what?
one person
Yeah.
to let them know.
That's fine. And so they've been with the same chiropractor for like 20 years, and they found out that the whole practice like broke out with COVID like a few weeks prior, and because they're all anti-vaxxers because chiropractors, and they
Yeah.
just like asked her like, hey, like we're gonna come in this week, like we were just wondering if like he could wear a mask while he's giving us our adjustment, because like TJ's dad is like basically immunocompromised, and they were just still being safe, and like the receptionist was like, no, like we don't do that here, like we want people to know that this is a mask free place, like blah 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 blah. So then they were like so mad, whatever. And then this year we were watching the news and we heard his last name, and it's like in the same state. So we were like, oh, that's interesting. And then we were watching it and we were like, oh my God, it's his wife. She was at the Capitol with her son, got arrested. So she was being
She was
like,
inside of the
yeah,
Capitol.
and she had to go to jail. I only think for like 30 days.
Like there were
Wow.
photos of her and the son
Yeah,
inside of
they
the
were
Capitol.
showing pictures of her in the Capitol, and I feel like that was just like justice for them.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like how crazy is that?
That must have been kind of a fun job for the person who has to like go through all the pics and identify it.
so
And you do a whole
fun.
manhunt like
Yeah. Oh my
across
God. I'd be
America.
like-
That I want to see that documentary.
Oh yeah, I do some FBI research on
I'm
that.
surprised there hasn't been one yet.
I
About
think
January
'cause
6th.
people
The
haven't
quick
like
turnaround.
the sentencings are still
I'm sure
like,
there will be
happening.
one.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
finding the rioters.
How many people was it who stormed the Capitol?
Like thousands.
And all of them got arrested?
No.
It wasn't like a couple hundred people who got in?
Yeah. Well, no, there was like, dude, it was the whole day. Do you remember watching it
Yeah.
live on TV? It was
Yes.
fucking insane.
I had COVID.
I was like dropping something off to Carly, still like at a distance. I was like, here you go. And TJ was like, they're storming the Capitol.
We gotta go home. We're like, okay.
Yeah, I
like,
was
what are we gonna do?
"What?" And then it was on TV the whole day.
It was a close
Yeah.
call. Mike Pence pulled the trigger.
People like died, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
cops.
Yeah.
They
People
beat a cop to death. It was
Jesus.
insane.
God.
Fuck them all.
It's so crazy.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I feel like we're having like a little melting pot
On
of
a
all the
brighter note-
topics
Yeah,
we've
we
suggested.
kind of are.
Did y'all see the Super Mario Brothers movie?
No.
No, I heard it's cute though.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of on TikTok live. Someone was streaming it.
You too.
That's how I watch Vanderpump Rules sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
On
It's not
TikTok
on until
Live?
9 for me, but it's out at 6 on the East Coast.
Who does that? There's even people who go to concerts and they'll like live
I
stream
know,
the
I'm
whole
like, don't
thing.
you want to
I'm
like pay attention?
Enjoy it. Yeah.
They're doing that for us. Like you didn't
Because
need
it's
to
not like
do-
they're getting anything out of it,
I
right? Like you're not
know.
getting. They don't
Well,
They get
paid.
internet clout.
They get clout. I guess they get views, but like, who cares? It's not going to last.
People
It's
like
just,
the views.
It's like I will watch the Eras tour every weekend. Like I'll not the whole thing, but I'll like tune in and watch a couple minutes of it. And like there are people who stream the entire 3.5 hours.
Oh my god!
Taylor
Give me
Swift's
a
They
concert.
bring like
break.
backup batteries
Yes,
to plug in.
yes,
So your
they
phone
do.
doesn't die?
Yeah,
Are
which is
you-
like,
going to a concert?
I mean, we're thinking about going to LA. It's just a lot of schlepping. We talked about this yesterday on a podcast we were on, but it's literally more schlepping we feel to go to the LA concert than to fly to Arizona to go to that one.
Why don't you
Why?
just book a hotel right
That's-
outside
That would be, like
To go
stay
to,
somewhere
where is it,
close.
SoFi Stadium?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you just walk across?
It's not that big of a schlep.
Well, I just think traffic will be like
Mhm.
fucking
Ye-
insane.
yeah, it
And
is.
it's her last stop of
Have
the
you
US
been
tour.
to the SoFi Stadium?
Mhm.
You have to walk down like 7 layers of circular things. No? Am I
No.
insane?
For what?
Well, I was on the floor. I went to see Red Hot Chili Peppers there, and I had floor seats. And when you park,
Oh.
it's like you have to walk. It's 7 stories, but it's like a huge loop where you're just like it's like you're going underground into like a bunker, and then you
Oh.
finally get to the ground floor, and it
was
takes like
very
20 minutes.
confusing.
It's really it's a whole.
I've only
city.
ever sat in a suite there.
Wow.
So we got to go through like
we should do that to see Taylor
I
Swift.
know. If anyone
Just
has
get it-
suite tickets,
30 grand to pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we
but-
get like a ton of people, we could just all split it.
Yeah. I'm sure
Yeah.
they're taken though.
Yeah, probably. God.
Yeah, it's a confusing stadium. Once we like left the suite and I like went to get beer, I wanted to just like look at the stadium too. Fully got lost.
Sorry, I wanted to bring up another funny thing from the TikTok thing. There was a girl who would have on her dating profile, she would be like, Venmo me $100 for a surprise. And she had her Venmo and she would like match with the guy. And then when they Venmoed her the $100, the surprise was that she just blocked you.
As they
Is this
deserve.
personal experience?
No.
Is this person what?
Personal experience.
How I lost $100. No, I just think it's so
That
smart to
is
just.
very
I mean, it's
funny.
a full blown. It's kind of like a scam, but like because you're probably thinking you're gonna get like a nude or something.
Yeah, of
but
course.
But it's also like their fault for
It's
spending
just
Has
money.
she
so
said
funny
how
to-
many people have like done it?
no, but I think she said it was like hundreds.
Damn.
That's
I mean, if you're a hot girl and it's
so
Venmo me
funny.
for a surprise, and this, but then
it's like
you,
an OnlyFans.
you
like,
go and open up your phone and it just
loop
says
around.
blocked, and you're like, well, surprise.
That is iconic.
Yeah, I love that.
I love gimmicks like that.
I do
Very
love
funny.
that.
Okay, I had a question.
Let's hear
Let's
it.
hear it.
So last night we were recording a podcast with Lauren and Jeremy got some like ancestry results back, and he came back as 5% Ashkenazi Jew.
Sick.
And he asked us, he was like, "Would you consider me Jewish?"
No.
Okay, that's what I
No.
wanted to know.
No.
I said yes.
I was like, yeah.
I said it's in your blood, but like,
That's not really how it works. I
No.
also don't understand. Someone smarter than me will tell me this, but how is Ancestry.com? Because being Jewish is not like there are Jews from all over the world. It's a belief system. It's not necessarily like a race of people. There are groups that have been in the same place like for years, but it's like saying you're like 5% Catholic. Like how is that a thing?
okay,
You could just convert to Judaism. You can
Yeah, I
like
guess that's true.
marry into it. You could just be, you could be from Taiwan and be Jewish. You could be from Nigeria and be Jewish. So I don't understand how these ancestry websites are like claiming you're
interesting.
Your
Okay, I guess I
Judaism.
just assumed that it was like,
I think
Your heritage.
ancestrally he is from like the
Maybe they found a
Ashkenazi Jew like region
Ye-
of
or it's possible
it's
that they
not.
just have the data that like his great great grandfather's brother was Jewish and then they figure out that into a calculation because like what does 5% mean? Like
I don't know.
like if you're 50% Jewish, theoretically it would be like one of your parents is Jewish, the other one isn't. Although according to Judaism, as we know, you're only Jewish if your mother is Jewish. If your father is Jewish and your mother is not, Orthodox like old school Judaism doesn't count.
Yeah.
So if you're 5%, it's highly unlikely that it's like either you are Jewish or you're not. There's no 40%,
Yeah.
30%.
Interesting.
You could have it in your
Interesting.
family.
I guess I just assumed because it was coming back on people's like DNA reports that it's like,
It's just in vogue to be Jewish, so they like threw it in there. They're
That's
like,
so
yeah, let's just give it
weird.
to them.
It's
why
in
would they
vogue.
do that?
I've never understood how they can do it. It's like saying you're 3% Shinto, like, or Buddhist. It's not.
2% Christian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little bizarre to me, but
Okay.
I think it's probably they just found a Jewish person that was confirmed
In his-
Jewish in their lineage somewhere, and that's how they throw it in.
Sorry,
but
TJ.
Well, he's a
Yeah.
little Jewish.
I listen. We love the Judaism enthusiastic. We could use all the help we can get.
I mean, I was like, yeah, you're Jewish.
Yeah.
The girl who's not Jewish at all.
Yeah, I was
You're
like, it's in
very
your
Jewish.
blood,
Yeah.
clearly,
Yeah.
based on your
Happy
DNA
Passover.
results. And I was like, but I don't think it would be appropriate if you started making Jewish jokes. I don't think you're that Jewish.
Definitely not.
I think you can make a Jewish joke as long as it's funny. Anyone can make a Jewish
Not
joke.
on the internet.
I mean, yeah, the
Maybe
internet.
in like
Feed
with
me
friends.
one, I'll say it, and then I'll be canceled.
Feed you a Jewish joke?
Yeah.
Oh, like a
No, I'm not gonna say it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was like, TikTok clip.
Yeah.
Just Erin saying the
It's
joke.
just me kill the Jews.
And then we're just like,
what happens when a Jew with an erection walks into a brick wall?
I feel like you told us this one.
He breaks, his nose.
Erin?
Oh, busted.
wow, Matt, in this day and age, how fucking dare you?
I mean, that's great. I love that there's people who are Jewish enthusiasts and not like, oh God, gross. But yeah.
I do think Lauren told him he wasn't, and Carly and I were both like, "No, you
Yeah.
are."
And also TJ found out he's like 1/3
No,
something.
his dad. Oh, TJ found out he's 6% Chinese.
See, it's
What?
all
Oh, 6%?
That's like a
But
pretty
that's
high
not like
percentage.
a sixth.
no, not 1/6.
Yeah, 6%. That's pretty small.
Yeah, but
It
it's
seems
still like
big,
a
though.
lot.
Like, I'm 0.1% Arab.
It's a
What?
pretty big.
6% Chinese is so much more. Yeah.
Are you happy Ramadan?
You can't eat today.
I need to buy it, right? Isn't it like $100?
Yeah, it's really fun.
I don't.
to,
I
like,
also
see all
don't
your
like.
results.
Why are we sending our fucking DNA to a
Chip
private
me.
company?
I don't care. I just want to know.
There's going to be a future
There's
in which.
someone looking at you right now.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
don't have my
Hi.
DNA.
They
Like,
do. You just got your blood taken. They have everything.
They don't have my. No, they're not. They don't have my DNA in my blood. I don't know. I think in the future there's going to be like insurance companies that are going to charge you more money based on your genetic factors, and the only way they
yeah,
have
probably.
that data is because you sent it in. I don't know. I don't fucking trust any of
No,
it.
they can't do that.
They will.
No, they can't.
Tesla already does it with your.
No, they don't.
Who cares?
I know.
I'm
I don't
having
care.
a lot of anxiety about my water right now. There's no water dispenser anywhere
Why? What's the
around
anxiety
here,
about
right?
the water?
Because then I'm realizing, oh my god, I only have this much water, and then I've my water for lunch, and then
He
like,
can fill it up for you. He's
Yeah,
got
there's a water
he's got a
thing.
water machine here.
oh thank God. Sorry guys, I was having a lot of anxiety about my water.
okay.
Just thinking about that the whole time we've been.
Yeah,
What's VPR night?
It,
Vanderpump Rules. Oh,
I bought one.
He's learning.
That's cool.
Good
Oh
job.
yeah, it should. Well, we
is
were
it
told on our
that
podcast,
good of a
but-
show?
no.
Yes.
It's just
I
there's a
don't-
You know what?
scandal.
You've never
I don't
watched
wanna
it.
talk about it. I don't want to
like
talk.
your tone.
Matt, dead ass. It's the best reality show either of us have ever seen in our lives.
Running around a restaurant.
Okay, sure.
Why are
That's
you
a part of
hating
it.
if you've never even
Can
seen
you
Yeah.
imagine
it?
me eating? Just be like, I'm eating. Are your cameras just following drama of the waiters around?
I mean, it's not
Yes.
like it's constant. It's only
You're
probably
not
like 2
watching
days a
people
week.
eat.
Why
It
have we not
sounds
gone
like a-
there? Why
a
do
heck
you
of-
go there?
We have been there.
Oh, have you been on the show? Are they filming?
I actually have been on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Like interacting or just in the
No,
background?
I'm in the background of a scene.
It's the best show as of like this past season.
No,
while the
No,
show's
ever.
on.
it's always been.
It's
the
always
best
been your number
reality
one.
television show of all time. There were definitely like a few seasons like
It's like
after
lulls.
season 4 that were like, this is a lull.
I don't like the men.
Matt, no,
the
you
men
literally
energy on this
you
podcast
judge
today.
so many things before you ever try them.
Mhm.
I'll check it out. I think I've seen clips of it.
Okay, that doesn't count.
I went into her like dog shelter one time.
Oh yeah,
Vanderpump Dogs.
It was tacky.
so are our restaurants.
Yeah.
And I
Also
went to
that
the
shirt.
restaurant. It looked like the Rainforest Cafe. It was tacky.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean,
It's
funny.
gaudy.
But the show is so
Nikolai.
good. The thing about it is like
Nicolene.
these people were all friends before they started filming this show, so they already have this connection and drama is already happening. And so
and they
Lisa,
cast them because they're like, these are people who want to be famous. Like they're going to do anything
Yeah.
they can to be famous. They're struggling restaurant workers. Like they want to make it in Hollywood.
My heart goes out to them.
Yeah, no, but so like those are the people you want who are
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
like be messy and be psychotic, and it just so happens they all are.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
really crazy.
They do evaluations on a lot of those reality shows with,
Psychological?
yeah, like for Big Brother and stuff, they find people who are fucking crazy, like on the edge, and if you're like well adjusted and normal and like not prone to outbursts and rage and all this, like you're not going to get on the show.
Yeah.
They want people who are like a little off.
Yeah.
And they look for
It's
it.
like Bad Girls Club. Did you ever see that?
What's
Did you watch
that?
that?
Was that like a prank show though?
No. Bad Girls Club was literally like 6 girls or something like that would be picked to live in a house, but they all had really bad history of like anger problems, and if they hit one of them, they'd get kicked out. Like if they got into a physical fight, they'd be
Like if
kicked
they punch
out.
a wall, they're out.
No, not a wall, but like another member.
Wasn't Kate McKinnon on that though?
What?
No. I don't think so.
What am I thinking of?
Well, I will say people have gotten punched on VPR and no one gets kicked
Yeah,
off.
yeah. People gotten. I mean, it's like
Punched,
it's
slapped.
crazy. I know you're not like a huge reality TV person, but
Yeah, just like fights is crazy to me. Like on what was that show on MTV that they used to do? Where they would just have a bunch of people in the room in the house together?
Real World.
Real World.
Oh
Oh.
my god.
What?
That was like the first reality show
Just
to
like,
exist.
yeah, just
But like there would always be people fighting, and it's like you
don't remember.
What are you doing?
It'd be crazy to watch it again because I feel like when we watched it, they all looked so old.
Yeah,
And now they're like way
20
younger than
years
us.
old. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, how are you on the show?
Yeah.
Like, just
I just
being
feel
on a
like
show.
Vanderpump just brings people together. Families.
Yeah.
Friends.
Remember that show Next, the dating
Yeah,
show?
of
Yes.
course.
That is the fucking craziest concept.
I know.
Can you imagine
The next
being on the
bus.
show? You walk off. Hey, I'm Mike. I'm 27 years old. I'm
Next.
Jewish.
Sorry, ignore me. It was an SNL sketch
Okay.
about the Bad Girls Club. And I
That
thought
would
it-
make sense for Kate McKinnon.
Like Kate McKinnon was
McKinnon on Bad Girls. I was like, I mean,
Club.
maybe she was crazy in her 20s.
We
but-
are like a little bit of a misinformation pod.
No,
Us.
definitely.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. Can't fact
Misinformation.
check everything.
Yeah.
What were you just saying?
The
Right.
show Next was crazy.
Oh, yes.
Parental control.
Parental control was out of this world crazy. The
I love
concept.
Date My Mom.
Date My Mom. But do you remember parental control?
Parental control was that they would meet, the parents would pick the guys who would go on the dates with the girls.
Well, it would be like you're with Patricia and your
Yeah.
parents don't like it. So they're having you go on 3 different dates with 3 different girls and you have to choose one of the girls or Patricia by the end of the episode, which is crazy to think about.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that was like that, Room Raiders.
Oh, Room
All of that.
Raiders.
There was when I used to live in New York, we got Time Out magazine, and it's at the last page was a section called the Undateables. And what you would do is it would be an article, and they would take 2 people who were like have trouble finding dates, and they would set them up and put them on a date, and then the 2 people would recap the date. And so it'd be like, you know, Jeff is 27 and a software engineer at Google, and Jennifer works at, Amazon as a engineer also, whatever, and we're going to send them on a date to XYZ restaurant, and they after the date, here's what they had to say. And Jennifer's like, yeah, he seemed really nice. I think I would, love to go out with him again. And Jeff is like, yeah, she was cool, but I think it's more of a friend vibe. Tune in next week, whatever. My roommates entered me to be on the Undateables.
Oh my God.
And they responded. They were like, we'd love to have you on the show. But they didn't respond until the week I moved to LA. So I was like a week away from going
You
on.
could have been a star,
I know.
kid.
That would have been
Damn.
sick. It
On
would
the
have
back
been
of a
sick.
magazine?
It's like in Time Out magazine. It's called the Undateables. Yeah. And I have like the email correspondence, and they were like, they were gonna frame me as like nice Jewish boy looking for someone to bring home to mom.
Well,
And
maybe
I was
you
like,
could just get a serving job at Sir and then you make your way onto VPR.
Yeah, there you go. That would be
I just-
iconic.
You think I could do it?
I don't think so, but
Do you think people are applying at that restaurant all the time
Sir,
because of the show?
probably.
Where is it? Maybe I'll try it. Where is
West
it?
Hollywood.
WeHo? Let's vlog it. I'll do it.
What, to get a job there?
Yeah. For a Carly and Erin video. Also, I was in, I told Matt, I was in Rolling Stone magazine the year that
Oh.
Macklemore was in it, and we found the article. Matt,
Yes.
see, this is another thing Matt probably didn't believe, and then I proved him,
Googled it immediately when you were saying
and I
that.
was proven correct.
Yeah.
There's a
So
Rolling
you
Stone.
didn't trust him right off
No,
the bat.
I did trust him, but I was like, I gotta find the article, or I wanted
I
to.
need proof. I need cold hard proof.
I
Because
didn't
Matt
have
really
doubts.
wanted to listen to Macklemore on the drive. He's like, can we please listen to Macklemore?
Yeah.
I like that new song that
Wait,
he
what
had.
was it for?
No Bad Days.
It was when Macklemore, like the year he came out, we were at South by and we were at the MTV. I think you might have been at that. Were you there at the MTV stage when Macklemore performed in like 2015
During
or
South
whatever?
by Southwest?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the Woody Awards?
Yes.
Yes, I was there.
Okay, so that again, Matt and I were in the same area before we knew each other, but we always used to wear headbands at South by Southwest, like tennis headbands, like all 5 of us, because it sort of made us look like we were somebody and we could sneak into VIPs everywhere or whatever. And Macklemore was like walking from one stage to another or something, and I was like, "Hey, oh my God, you're the thrift store shop guy." He was like, "Yeah, I am." I was like, "I love that song." And that was it. And then I'm reading the article about Rolling Stone, and it says a hipster with a tennis band came up to him and said, "Hey, are you the guy that does the thrift shop song?" And it just like established him as the, new up and coming rap artist, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's in Rolling Stone magazine
It is
still.
right there.
Wow.
Yeah,
You
pretty
have it
cool.
Framed.
No, I don't have the magazine anymore, but it's online. We
Yeah.
can print it out.
Yeah, we can print it out.
Print it out, frame it.
Or I'm sure
Yeah.
we could probably find that's what I'll do. I'll buy it on eBay. You
Do
could
you
probably buy the,
The mag.
yeah.
Whoa.
Anyway, that's another,
I used to keep all of the Rolling Stone magazines.
same. I got them in
They
high
were
school.
me too.
God, do you remember the Britney Spears one where she was like wearing a bra and she had the Teletubby?
What?
No.
Ugh, it's so weird. Now she's probably like 18 in that. But when I
When
was
her-
like, when
when
I was
her
like
melons
12, I
were
was
out.
like, holy shit, this is the hottest cover I'd ever
Her
seen.
big old titties.
She's wearing like a purple bra. She has like her
Remembers the
shirt
bra
unbuttoned,
color?
and she has like the purple Teletubby.
I want
in
to
her
see.
arm.
I feel like I would recognize it maybe.
Oh
if I
man, it
actually
was
saw
iconic.
Them titties were out.
Yeah, her big old melons.
Welcome back to, what were we saying in the,
Those jugs.
Matt, do your Tits McGee boob report. Hey guys, we're going to break away for a quick segment here with our correspondent, Tits McGee.
Insert ad.
This.
Oh, yeah.
She had the little Teletubby
Oh,
next
that
to
was
her.
iconic.
I was like,
yes.
There's a
What?
Teletubby on that?
Yeah.
Where?
Have you guys seen the Teletubby shoes?
What?
She's
Oh,
holding
yeah.
a Teletubby.
I sorry, I couldn't see
Wait,
that.
I feel like I may
Dipsy.
have.
They're like heels. No, that's Tinky Winky.
Oh, Tinky Winky is
No,
the
Tinky
purple
Winky was the
one.
purple one.
Yeah.
You know all of the Teletubbies?
Oh,
Yeah.
I had
Well, I know
Teletubbies.
Poe is the red one.
Yep.
Tinky Winky is the purple
Dipsy,
one with the upside down
Lala.
triangle that the big
Yep.
scandal was that he's
Gay.
gay.
Okay, and then
Who
Dipsy
cares?
and Lala.
I think Dipsy is the green one and Lala's the yellow.
I
is there
saw
one
him.
that just has like a point?
Tinky Winky,
Dipsy,
Dipsy, Lala.
Poe.
Damn, I never watched that
Teletubbies.
show.
I saw on Reddit, there was an AMA and it said, "I am the baby son from Teletubbies. Ask me anything."
Oh my god.
Nobody cares.
I would DM the shit out of him. What drugs did you guys take?
Did you guys see the Blue Man Group did a AMA on Reddit
No.
last week?
How? What did they say?
Well, so one of my best friends from high school, he was an actor, and after college, he graduated with like a degree in acting, and he got a job being a Blue Man in the Blue Man Group in New York,
Whoa.
and he's been doing it ever since. So it's been like 10 years, and he's been in Vegas and Miami, and like he's like one of the top Blue Men right now.
There's more than
And-
just the three.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Well, there's the
Oh.
3 guys that started it
Yeah.
like in the 80s, and they're like in their 50s or 60s now, but they run the organization, and there's different shows. So
You know, Fred
Yeah.
Armisen was in the Blue Man Group.
yes, he
What?
was, but he wasn't a Blue Man. He was in the band, right? Or was
I
he a
thought
Blue
he
Man?
was a Blue Man for a little bit.
Oh, that makes sense. I feel like he would have been a Blue Man. But yeah, there's multiple Blue Men. But Dustin, my friend, was like the guy who was answering the questions on the AMA, and it was so funny.
Oh my
so
god.
Cool.
Oh,
Have you
yeah.
seen
Were
that
they
show?
showing videos?
Some
Like
of the
responding?
responses were video, like they would just film a clip to respond with the videos. Yeah.
Is it
Okay,
the
wow.
same? Is it the same shit?
No, they change the show all the time.
Like it's like. They'd be like,
It's
Like,
it's
is
it's
it-
pretty entertaining. I've seen it like
like,
4
It
times.
changed. Like
Yes.
every show's unique.
The New York show is different from the Vegas show.
Okay.
I've
And-
seen it in Boston.
Yeah, and they're all different shows, and they're also iterating it every time.
Okay, it says Armisen performed as a singer/drummer/comedic actor in the Blue Man Group's How to Be a Megastar Live. He played the part of a salesman on
shit.
TV.
Oh, so it was like an offshoot of the Blue Man Group. I when I was
yeah, it
in
says
high
he
school,
was a drummer.
when I was in high school, I wanted to be in the Blue Man Group, and like that was
Yeah.
like I thought it was gonna be a sick like thing to do after college, which is funny that Dustin, who's my best friend, ended up doing it. But I googled it like senior year, and I was like, hey, this is what I'm gonna do this summer. I'm gonna apply. First requirement: must be 6 feet tall. And I was like,
What? Really?
Still,
They're all 6 feet tall.
at least 6 feet tall. Yeah.
Damn.
Whoa.
That's kind of rude.
And my dreams were crushed. And
Is
then my
his
dad was like,
skin
well, maybe
just,
you can
like-
like play in the band. I was like, I don't want to be in the band.
yeah, I don't want to be a drummer.
Yeah.
Is his skin just like permanently stained?
No, they use like I think they use like a pretty like skin
It's all,
friendly
like,
paint.
latex.
Yeah,
too,
it's a
around
lot
it.
of latex.
Isn't it like their hands and stuff?
They wear gloves.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's just basically the
Just their
face.
face.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
great.
That's nice.
Yeah.
No
It's really
fire
fun.
starting like the Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, have you ever heard about that?
No.
The witch, because the makeup they used was so bad for them, and there was like so much bad chemicals in these.
Oh,
this
just like
makeup they used.
gasoline.
Yeah, the witch caught on fire. Like she got on fire, I think twice in the show, and the Tin Man, whatever makeup they were using, gave him like a disease. I don't know exactly, but
And there's also like asbestos in the
yes,
the
in the snow.
Yeah.
Just snowing asbestos. And didn't they like break that woman down like they treated her horrifically?
Judy
Judy
Garland?
Garland, yeah. They made her work for like 18 hours a day. And
I mean, probably it was early Hollywood. So
and
I'm
who's her daughter that we
sure.
just found out?
Liza Minnelli.
That's fucking crazy
I
still.
know. You guys will never hear it because that episode no longer exists.
Does the audio
R.I.P.
exist?
Oh, which episodes don't exist? I've just
Nepo
had to
babies.
accept they don't.
Nepo babies and
Advice.
dating worst dates.
Oh yeah.
Well, and the advice one. We didn't post it, but it's those 3, I thought.
It was only 2.
No, it was 3,
It was
but we
3.
only got 2 audios.
Oh, so yeah, dating, advice,
and Nepo babies.
and Nepo babies.
I'm sad about the Nepo baby one.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good episode.
Oh, it's on audio. Well, maybe it'll come out.
Yeah.
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 There was gonna be something else. Oh, Michael Jackson
Yeah.
conspiracy I read.
Uh-oh.
Remember how you said he lit on fire and like that was like the middle of his life was the day that he lit
the
on fire.
Pepsi incident.
And
Oh, yeah.
when you look at him post, like when he became white and had all the plastic surgery, the conspiracy is that he actually became like, unfortunately, super deformed. Like looked like when you see a burn victim that has like
I've heard that.
severe deformities, and his face like basically didn't exist anymore. And whenever you would see him in public, it was like literally a mask. Like there was a
Like plaster.
completely different plaster on his face, which is why he always kept looking different. His chin was different. His nose looked weird. His ears were weird
Oh.
because he was like, whatever. And that he didn't actually die. When they said he died, he just decided he didn't want to be public anymore. And there's like people who believe that there's like this guy who looks like a burn victim
Oh,
that has
yes.
survived since then and like done interviews as like a friend of his or something, and that he's still just alive, and he never actually looked the same since then.
I fell very much into the conspiracy of he's still alive when I was younger. Like,
I think
I
he
mean,
might
like,
still
early
be.
He ain't.
you think
don't
he's still
so?
alive?
think they would do that whole
is
thing on
not
TV?
He's not still alive.
Yeah,
There's
I don't
no
think
way.
I don't think he is either. But there's so many like
He loved
little.
his children so much. Why would he hide away from his kids?
Well, maybe they see him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe they get to hang
secretly.
out
And
with
they
him.
want to
He
keep
lives in
that
a
a secret.
bunker.
Haven't the
Yeah.
Jackson family been battling over his estate for the past like 10, 15 years
Yeah,
since he
because
died?
he's still alive, and he probably won't let him. I'm being a dick.
Oh, I know. I think
Has there
I'm
been
red pilled.
anyone who faked their own death and then we found out that they faked it? Like, I feel like we hear about people who we think fake their own death, but has anyone
I don't
actually ever done it?
know.
I don't
I'll look
think
it up.
Maybe
anyone-
later.
MJ's just in witness protection.
That's a crazy thing. Witness protection?
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
No, I know.
I'd be telling everybody.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? They're like, don't tell anyone. Lose everyone's numbers. I'm like, mm-mm.
Dang, there's been a lot of people who faked their own death.
Really?
It's a Wikipedia page. People who faked their own death.
But anyone who were like in shock
Like
about that the world
celebrities.
was
I know,
like,
I'm
Like,
trying
did
to
Elvis
see.
fake his own death at some point? Did like a politician? Do you think you could get away with it? You could do it?
Could I?
Yeah, if I paid you $10 million to fake your own death and convince everyone, could you do it?
No, I would not want to.
I don't know. I think that's the most humiliating thing of you faking your own death and then getting caught.
How embarrassing.
Everyone's like, well, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like a weird concept.
I think it would be so
Hey.
interesting becoming friends with somebody and you realize that they're in the witness protection. Like, so where are you guys going for
I don't think they would
Christmas?
tell
Where's wait, where are you from? Okay. You say you're from this place, but
Yeah, I
you
feel
don't
like
know
it'd
the
be
sports teams that much. You have no sense of this thing. I don't believe that you're from Wisconsin.
But they put you in a place. I think they put you in a place that's
train
so
you?
remote.
How many
and
people
they
have you
do.
met that you think
It's a lot
have
of
been in the
Midwest.
witness protection
that
program?
would be a great question. Do we know? Does the average person know someone who's in the witness protection?
Right.
Not a
program?
chance.
How many people are in the witness
I
protection
feel like
program?
they send them to like Fargo.
Yeah,
No,
they
it's a lot of
middle
Midwest.
of nowhere Earth.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So you knew a lot of people in the witness protection
Yeah, everyone I know
program.
in the
Her
Midwest.
parents, actually.
Yeah, I don't.
Do they put... No, that would be stupid.
Well,
People
okay, I
who
found
are-
a list of celebrity. It was like 8 famous people who faked their death and got caught. But I don't know if we know them.
Oh.
But the first one's from Massachusetts. Timothy Dexter. You probably haven't heard of him yourself. You most definitely would have if you were part of Massachusetts society in the early 1800s. Though he dropped out of school.
1800s.
I know. He dropped out
Anyone
of
could fake their own death in the 1800s. You just hop on a
walk down the
train
street, yeah.
and say you're someone else.
Okay, so he basically became like one of the richest men in Boston, and society never accepted him for some reason. And so Dexter only sought the limelight, and he went as far as being called. He went so far as being calling himself a lord. After facing years of disapproval, he decided it was time to see how everyone really felt about him. He faked his own death and organized a grand funeral in his honor. He watched the display from a lavish tomb in his home and saw those he was supposedly closest weren't as mournful as he expected. He returned to join his own funeral, and he never reached the high social status he longed for.
Damn.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of that. Like it's Alexander the First of Russia, Igor Vorintov.
Have you, speaking of funerals, have you heard how much like narcissists love funerals?
What?
Explain.
So if
Well,
someone or they love it,
Like-
there's this like connection that narcissists, you can find them sometimes at funerals. It's especially for people who they hardly even knew that well, that they feel like compelled that they have to go long distances to attend this person's funeral because of the mourning process. They are able to validate themselves and their connection to the person and have more attention on them through someone else's own death.
Haven't heard this theory before.
Yeah, I'm kind of lost.
okay,
Is
hold-
it so they can be there and
I'm
like?
trying to explain it. Sorry, guys.
No, it's
No,
okay.
don't.
Okay, I have some interesting witness protection information.
Ooh, okay.
It began in 1971, and there's
That's
been
not even like
yeah,
that
Yeah.
long ago.
19,000 since 1971. So not that many.
Yeah. Does it say
Um,
like what are the odds that you've met someone in?
I haven't
Witness
looked that up,
protection?
but they claim to have a 100% success rate of protecting the witnesses, and a lot of times they're only in witness protection for the duration of the trial. Because once the trial
Oh.
ends and the bad guy goes to jail, you can presumably go back out
Live
into
your
society.
life.
Or if they don't go to jail and they're found innocent, then you get protection. But
Well,
it's witness protection because if you're a witness in a trial for a gangster or
Got it.
something,
Sure.
you need to
Yeah.
be protected.
I will
Wow.
say on TV shows it is not successful 100% of the time.
Yeah, definitely not. It's 100%.
It's always a fail.
That's crazy. 100%.
Good work.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I
You-
feel like it would be so hard
He-
unless like someone in the FBI was corrupt and like a part of like whatever they're being protected from.
Yeah.
How would you ever find a person?
Well, I think what they have to do is you have to go to middle of Nebraska or
course.
somewhere, but you have to then claim that you're from somewhere else.
Yeah.
The problem is, what if you run into someone else who claims to also be from the same place that you're from?
Yeah,
Like
that's
I'm from
scary.
studios. If I move to
I feel like
Nebraska,
they probably tell them places that are like literally no one lives there.
oh, so you wouldn't say you're from Studio City. You're gonna say you're from Bakersfield or
Yeah.
middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but
No
I'm
offense
just
to
saying, like
Bakersfield.
I'm
Probably.
from Los Angeles. But even if they did, I feel like they give them so much information that they have to learn.
Yeah.
I would not. I would hate to have to do that.
I
Yeah.
know. I would be bad.
Ugh.
Matt, did you find
That's
out?
why I'm so scared to
Yes.
do jury duty because I'm like, what if I get put on a trial with like a mob, and then they're like,
Well,
oh, she's
your identity is not revealed when you're a juror. They call you juror number 1, juror number 2. They're not allowed to know your name. They're not allowed to interact with you. They
okay.
can't.
Yeah, but they have people that could be like, that's her, that's this person.
Oh, that
they
they
find
can
out your
People
information.
go after
They
people
shake
on
you
juries that
down.
much.
No, they do jury intimidation and
Yeah.
witness intimidation.
They'll
It
shake
happens.
me down, and then they'll be like,
You're
we're
gonna
gonna kill
you're
your
gonna be
dog.
jury duty for a fucking traffic accident or something.
Yeah.
It's not.
When do you
We'll
might
see.
you might have jury duty this week?
Any
or
day.
Oh,
Yeah.
any day. Oh my god, exciting.
I have made it past Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, so we'll see what Thursday and Friday holds. Isn't it so fucked up? You have to do it for the whole week here.
Yeah, but usually you can just check online. Like I did that check every morning online, and I never had to go in.
No, that's what I do every day. I
Oh,
don't
I'm
go
sorry.
in
Are you
every
gonna
day.
try and make yourself out to be a non-viable juror?
No, I'll be a jury person.
Oh, you want to do it?
Yeah.
Oh,
My best friend was on one earlier.
It can
like
last
at the end
months,
of last
though.
year. It was a murder trial.
But
She
yeah,
was
it
on
can
there for
last
3
forever.
weeks.
Vacations, nothing coming up. Like summer's almost here. You might be giving up your whole summer for it.
to be doing my civic duty.
By all means.
America!
I would be like,
I'm a patriot.
I don't know. I just think it would be fun. Like, what if you got something cool?
I mean, yeah,
Like,
it'd
what
be
if it
very
was
exciting.
what if I got placed on a celebrity trial?
Jen
what if
Shaw.
it was the
But
next
no,
O.J. Simpson?
But they would have to ask you if you know who the person is, and if you know who the person
I'd
is,
say nope. Never met this man in my
Tom
life.
Sandoval. No, imagine wearing that hoodie.
I think I'd get
nope.
so excited, but then you realize like court is so boring.
it's the
Yeah.
worst.
Like,
I just
I
think
get so
it'd be
excited to watch like a
interesting.
live stream of something. I'm like, ooh, and then it starts. I'm like, I'm so.
No, I
Even,
know. It's like so much
watching
technical
the
shit.
Gwyneth Paltrow trial. I'm like, this would be like so good to go to because everyone's just a mess. Like on
Yeah.
TV, they make it seem like lawyers are just like da da
Yeah,
da
like
da, but like
Suits, you're just
really
like,
they're
hey.
standing there like, yeah. So because of this, like they really don't know what the fuck they're doing.
We lost half a day of skiing.
Yeah, well,
She
yeah.
won, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
figured.
And then she countersued for like $1.
Yeah. Do you know
Um,
Taylor Swift?
Can I say this? Sorry,
Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
sitting for the past like couple
yeah, I
minutes.
wanna know.
Okay, noted narcissists love funerals. They'll drive halfway across the country to attend a funeral of someone they barely knew. And why do you think this is? Well, aside from getting around to dress up and parade around and talk to people and get the attention, there's also the emotional aspects. They feast off the emotion of all. They feast on all of the emotions going on, and the narcissist may get thanks for attending or commiserations if it's someone close to them, and they lap it up. So like,
Yeah, that makes
it's
sense.
this whole like thing that they're doing mostly to like gratify like
them.
themselves
Yeah.
based on someone's tragedy.
Narcissism is so scary.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy that people just are that way.
I saw a TikTok of a guy who was like, "I am a diagnosed narcissist. Here's my life."
Wait, I just saw I saw a guy who was just like that, but he was talking about Tom Sandoval.
Oh, really?
He was like, I'm a narcissist. This man, I think that's like his whole TikTok thing. He's like, I'm a diagnosed narcissist,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
"What an insane."
So then he was like
Slay.
watching an
Yeah.
interview or
I'm a narcissist.
something and was basically like showing all of the signs of like the narcissism that were in the video.
Whoa.
Isn't it like it's something like basically like a shame based like form?
That's
of,
what he was saying. It's like you have to pretend to have emotions and
Yeah.
feelings, but the reason why you can't actually have any emotions and feelings, and like the reason why you manipulate other people, is because you are so disappointed in yourself, and you have to basically make it true that you are as bad as you say you are, which is why you manipulate people into like, it's this whole weird
What's
It's
the
like
difference between
grandiosity
that-
and shame based. Or like that's what
Yes.
Brene Brown says. You know Brene Brown?
yes,
Where
atlas,
she's like,
atlas of the heart.
Narcissist is a shame-based thing. It's not about self-love.
Yeah.
It is grandiosity tied with self-shame.
You're verging on Karen at the car right now.
That's Brene
Yeah.
Brown. I love Brene Brown, but she's always like talking about it in that
So
way.
do you think like narcissism and like being a sociopath kind of are one and the same?
Probably. I would say they probably
No,
overlap.
but they're different because narcissism is like you have to manipulate other people, but sociopath means you just don't give a shit about other people. Like you don't even feel or care about them. But narcissism, there is a connection that you need to have with other people, I think.
Oh.
Welcome back to We Don't Know Shit with
Did you guys watch the Stolen Youth documentary about like the cult that started at Sarah Lawrence in like early
Oh, no, I do
2010s
wanna
on
watch
Hulu?
that. Yeah.
No, that sounds good
3
though.
episodes. Binged it all in one night.
It's good.
Oh my gosh, the footage that they got their hands on of this whole situation, and you really identify with the kids because this happened in the early 2010s in
Oh my
college,
God.
which is when all of us were
Wow.
freshmen. So you're
Wait,
listening.
what's a plot? Like,
Okay,
what-
so basically a group of friends, like 8 or 9 friends. What?
what?
Vanderpump Rules, 8 or 9 friends. Is it even really that good, Matt?
It is 8 or 9 friends and Sarah Lawrence. One of the girls is like, "Hey guys, my dad is gonna come visit and stay for just a little bit. I just want to give you. He used to be like a former Marine, but he also served some time in jail. I love him so much. You guys are really gonna like him." He comes and like visits these group of friends and starts like crashing on their couch, and starts cooking them dinner, really befriending all of them. And they all kind of like see him as like kind of this house dad. And he says that he used to work with all these head political leaders like Giuliani and like Russian leaders, and he served in the Marines, all this stuff. Really interesting past. And then he starts giving them like his own philosophy on life and almost as advice for these young kids as they're going into the real world, how they need to prepare their mind, body, and soul to achieve what they want to in life. Okay, I'm giving you just basically the skinny.
Yeah.
And he starts, you know, taking time with each one of them one by one, trying to know their life story, their own childhood traumas, getting them to figure things out. They start having an emotional attachment to him, and they slowly start forming this cult. And it just gets crazier and crazier. Small cult, but so psychologically abusive. And it's the footage that they have their hands on, because this guy recorded and filmed everything he did to them. And they follow up with like the kids. And when the kids are telling the story, you relate to them because they're the same age as us. It's not like you're watching a bunch of 60-year-olds talking about a cult that happened in the 60s.
Yeah.
You really identify with these kids.
Damn. What's it called?
Stolen Youth, the cult at Sarah Lawrence on Hulu. Could not stop thinking about it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I will be watching.
Oh, my gosh.
There's
Carly.
a lot of cults in America.
Have you watched the FLDS one on Netflix?
What is this? Vanderpump thing?
No!
You don't know what an FLDS is?
It's like Keep Sweet.
Every night is FLDS night.
What's FLDS?
It's a fundamentalist Mormon.
Every night is
That one is fucked up. Like, literally, I was like, I did not know.
I know.
First of all, I didn't even know what Mormonism was when I lived in Massachusetts. And then when I moved here, I was like, what's a Mormon?
Yeah.
And they're like, basically like polygamists, fundamentalist Mormons.
What's wrong with that?
All the boobs.
Yeah. Kids' boobs. That's what's
really
wrong
crazy.
with it.
Did you watch Under the Banner of Heaven?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I don't think I watched the last 2 episodes.
Oh, my goodness.
You guys know the Amish people?
Like,
you mean the
in
Amish?
general?
Can we call them the Amish?
The Amish
Not the
people.
Amish people.
What?
I'm kidding. I'm being
I
goofy.
know.
I heard a funny line. The Amish people, for those who don't know, they live in like Lancaster, Pennsylvania. They're very old school. They don't use any electricity, right?
Yeah.
And that's their big thing, is you're not allowed to use electricity, so they go on horse and buggy, and they wheelbarrows. Yeah, there's like
There's
Mennonites.
also Mennonites.
Yeah. But my friend was with his dad, who's like this New Jersey like Italian guy, and I was having lunch with him in New York, and he was telling me the story that they went to Amish country. And they were driving around Amish country, like checking it out, whatever. And there was a guy who was, had disability, and he was in a wheelchair. And the dad just points him and he goes, "Hey, look at this one. He's cheating."
That's cute.
Wait, what was that reality show that
Breaking
Amish?
No,
Amish Mafia.
Springer.
Rumspringa. That's where
Rumspringa.
I didn't know this. They send you out into the real world when you're 17 for a week
to see,
to like
and you can
taste all the pleasures of the world.
Which is like kind of a cool concept.
Yeah, but
then-
it's
but
so
then if you-
fucked up
No,
because they're so
it is.
jarred
But it's
from
like,
And
I
if
like
you
that they
pick-
give them a decision. Is
Yeah.
what I mean
But
by
then
that.
if you decide to go into the real world, you
You're
get
fucked.
cut off from your family.
Yeah.
Some people like literally just started selling drugs. Like it
Yeah,
was
but they
crazy.
had a show.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Oh yeah, Rumspringa. It's pretty
amazing.
interesting.
Like, could you imagine? I would like go to a store and be like, everyone here's the devil, like,
Yeah.
because I feel like they just
That's
like
what they
tell
is that
you.
the thing? The electricity is the devil or something? Or is that fake?
No, I don't know what they actually
Well, they'll
say
never
or
see this,
believe.
so.
Yeah.
I was on Amish TikTok for a hot minute. Like I kept seeing.
Oh,
they
yeah,
would,
there's
like,
that
sneak
one
phones
girl,
in.
my new Amish roommate.
Oh, I don't know about that.
There was a girl who like left Amish country and she moved in with
Oh.
like 3 girls, and the whole TikTok was like, our Amish roommate is literally churning butter for dinner
No
for us right
way.
now. Yeah, and they were like showing her all these different things because she, I guess, left the Amish country.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with the Amish. I just wish they like picked a better decade to like live in.
Wait, what decade are they living in?
Like, I don't know, just like
1880.
1800s.
Well, when did
but
they
if like
form?
it would be cool if it was just like a bunch of people, but they're still like in the
In the
30s, the 20s, like they're just like
Swing
like
They
just,
only listen to like gramophone records and like
Yes.
wear dovetail tuxedos.
yeah,
and
just taking photos like poof. Like, it's just a whole different like decade.
that's
It's
funny.
still
That
old
would be
times,
fun.
Yeah.
But I just What if there were just like all these different cults, but they were only committed
Different
to like,
decades?
It's like the 90s. Like,
Yeah.
they're only playing Nintendo 64 and like
Oh, that'd be iconic, actually.
yeah.
Oh.
It'd be a fun theme park. You go to like a decades theme park.
You think so?
Yeah, where you go and like.
Do you think
The
all
roller coasters break. There's no security. Like,
Yeah.
There's no upkeep.
I don't know.
some guy is just like trying to fly for the first time? Just, like,
Trying to fly a plane
dies.
for the first time.
Step right up, right in. I want the first attempt of a man fly.
The
See it
first
before
time the
your
roller
own
coaster's
eyes.
been going. Let's try it out, kids.
Hey, I would like a decades theme park.
I saw a speaking of the Amish ones, I saw a TikTok of this man who's probably like in his like 40s or 50s, and he was like communicating somehow with the Amish community, and they wanted him to like under a certain bridge, they would leave him like a couple $100 and he would leave a cell phone there. And he was like filming it. I should try to find it and show you after this, but he was like, I'm gonna head there and see if the money's there. And he went and the money was there, and he dropped the phone off and left it under the bridge. And then I think there's other TikToks of the kids getting it and like filming on it and just like partying and stuff.
I watched that guy.
Yeah.
That guy also, he only sees his mom once a year.
That guy who gave them the cell phone?
Yeah, he
What does that have to do? What? I mean, like, what?
Because he used to be Amish and he left the Amish community,
I
but
didn't
he still has connection with the Amish thing. But his mother only accepts to see him once a year.
Wow.
And it's really sad. Like he like talks about it. Like
Oh, I think I've like only seen that one TikTok. Oops.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay.
If you had to be in one cult, what cult would you be in?
The Heaven's Gate, where they all killed themselves.
Oh, Matt, are you okay?
No, I've
Definitely not
Jonestown.
Scientology.
I would have been in Jonestown. I would have convinced all these people not to unalive themselves that one day. When it was the mass suicide, where hundreds of people all
No, but you.
The Branch Davidians.
You're not like the hero of the cult. You're just like in the
it.
cult.
Like, what would you fall for?
I don't think any of the cults are that fun to be in.
No, I know. Well, in Scientology, you have to pay money, so that's like immediately no.
No, yeah, and they like
Mormons. You got to have so many kids.
I feel like is Mormon a cult?
That's like a religion.
It's a religion.
All religions are cults if you think about it.
Well, I did read the book Cultish, and they were like, people do say Mormonism is, but it's not. She was like very like matter of fact about it.
I would want to be in the Trump cult. That seems to be a fun one.
The MAGA cult?
Yeah, the MAGA cult. Those people are just...
No, I think QAnon would be like fun.
QAnon, that's a good cult, yeah.
I get like red pilled a couple times a day.
Yeah, I feel like QAnon would be insane.
Like you saying that thing about Michael Jackson, I'm like, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll show you the TikToks. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I just love those guys, the good liars, those two like good looking guys who interview the MAGA people. And it like,
oh my God, it's so good.
They're so good.
There's nothing going on.
Yeah,
up
the
there.
irony of just like they can't put one and one together.
And they don't even realize when they like prove what they just said is wrong. They're just like, yep.
It's just cognitive
I know,
dissonance.
it's so weird.
Like, but just imagine, I don't understand how someone like that pays rent. Like how can you not understand reality to the extent where like how are you able to pay your bills and like turn on a cell phone and like move, like hire a moving company? Like
should we go to a Trump rally?
No,
we get canceled.
I'd be so scared.
No, I don't want to go. But
you just said you want to join QAnon
in this little fake world where I'm not really in it.
I think QAnon would be the most frustrating because you're always like, it's happening today. It's happening March
John
2nd,
Kennedy Jr.
and nothing happens ever.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Maybe I'd be in like Donda Academy.
Donda?
Is that a cult? Is it true they don't sit in chairs? There's no chairs in the whole school?
There's like a teacher that's like coming forward who got fired, and she's like, this is like, these kids are going to be fucked up. Like,
what is Donda Academy?
It's Kanye's school.
Is that true, Kanye?
Yes. And he only lets them eat sushi.
Huh?
What?
That's all they serve.
Sushi.
That sounds kind of nice. I bet it's pretty good.
Where is the school?
No beef cutlets.
It's like an elementary school.
We can go. I think we could drive there after.
Yes. No, I would love to see.
Can you just search Donda Academy?
Is it in LA?
I don't think that it's even accredited. Like people are
my gosh. It's in Simi Valley.
So parents will send their kids to a school to learn like math and science.
Where have you been?
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, but like they're so far behind. This teacher came forward and was like, you got to get your kids out of here. They are going to be real dodo brains.
Oh my God. I did not know that was like a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Donda Academy. Let's, I want to like hear like it in its own words. Like
Donda.
Like how they explain themselves?
Yes.
Oh.
Former Donda Academy teachers suing Kanye West speaks out, says kids aren't progressing. One of the former teachers is currently suing him. In a recent interview with TMZ, Cecilia divulged more alleged details on the code violations, including the fact that children aren't getting graded properly nor learning about important factual events. She also said parents who've enrolled their kids in the school need to be aware of it. It will be a difficult road for them when trying to get them into a better school. They need to be aware that their children are behind, and they need to consider that it's going to be very hard for them to transfer their kids out of school.
Mainly because I don't think they're actually getting credits.
Yeah.
Or
Like, I
learning
d-
anything.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. They're
Nothing of
learning life skills. He's
facts.
probably like fully trying to like brainwash all these
Indoctrinate
people.
them, yeah.
They
Yeah.
did not learn stuff like the Holocaust, nor did they have an
Well,
African.
That's because it didn't
that's
happen.
obvious.
Right.
Yeah, just look up any
Nor-
Kanye West article.
Nor did they have in African American history class or engage in any celebration of Black History Month. Wow.
Well, that's because white lives matter.
Aaron,
Good
you're
morning.
making a tough edit for yourself here. We're just gonna cut out all these different things.
No, that would be funny. It would be
the
like
Holocaust didn't happen.
these are
White
all
lives
things
matter.
Kanye has said.
Yes.
But I am just.
Has
yeah.
Kanye said white lives matter?
Yeah, he
He wore
had a
it.
fashion show and he made White Lives Matter T-shirts.
It said
And
white
he
lives
had
matter.
Yes.
black models walking the runway wearing these shirts, and then he sold them. And like his children were there, his black children.
Yeah.
He's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, he's really just not it. What
You
a
saw, I'm
dumbass.
sure, the whole Jonah Hill thing where he likes Jews
That
again.
was honestly fucking amazing. That was one of I could not believe
How to make
could
me
not
like
believe
Jews
it was
again.
real.
Yeah. No, it's like
21 Jump Street?
yeah.
What?
I
21
know.
Jump Street made me like Jews again.
Was that his like PR comeback? Like
I think so.
I'll be accepted again.
It
No,
was
I like that.
and then
unbelievable.
it's been deleted.
Oh, okay. Well, Jesus.
He probably then watched You People and was like, never mind, back on the list.
Hate him.
Back on the hate
Terrible
list.
guy.
I wanted to also say Elon Musk announced that 420 all check marks are going away.
Oh.
He's the fucking worst.
On what?
on
Twitter.
Twitter.
Oh,
Elon
I haven't
Musk.
been able to get in my Twitter account since
Still?
November.
Oh, since you got hacked?
Yeah.
Oh my
It
god.
It doesn't matter.
The
It's a
people
I've
cesspool.
asked Twitter 2 times.
I would
they
just
won't
not even
respond.
try anymore.
NPR
Like,
just
yeah.
left
It's not
Twitter
even a
officially
good
as well.
website.
They're not posting anymore on Twitter. And
NPR
Yep.
left Twitter.
yep.
Did you see the thing about, was it the Times or something? They were like, oh, we're not going to give any of our employees, like, we're not going to pay for their checks. We're not
correct,
We're not
yeah.
going to pay for ours. And so then he just took it away, like out
Yeah.
of spite.
Oh yeah. The New York
And
Times.
he's getting sued by the German government right now because in Germany, they have severe laws about hate speech. And like, if you draw a swastika or like
Yeah.
do a like hail whatever, you're going to jail. Like they do not fuck
Germany?
in Germany.
Oh.
They
Oh,
do
so
not.
really?
They do not fuck with Nazis. They're like, yo, if you were even you're fucking done.
Are there still but aren't there still like
Not in Germany,
neo-Nazis
no.
in
Just
the
here.
backwoods of Germany?
Yeah, they
There's
came-
other countries in Europe where there are, and like Romania or like
Oh, right.
Bulgaria or Hungary. There's a lot of neo Nazis, but in Germany,
In the
they're
United States.
you like will walk around on the floor and be like, this is where the fucking Holocaust happened, and like we will never let this happen again. They're
Nice.
dead. But anyway, long story short, Twitter does not have any of these rules, and since Elon Musk took over,
Oh,
I think like anti-Semitic stuff has risen by like an insane percentage. And in Germany, they have laws that you can't be a platform that allows speech like this, and Twitter is getting sued because of how many violations for more than Twitter is actually worth. So Elon Musk is getting sued so hard by the German government right now that even if he sold Twitter, he still would owe more money for the fines of how much anti-Semitic shit he's allowed in Germany.
Hell yeah.
Hot damn.
He
How
is
long
the
is he gonna own
dumbest
Twitter, do we
motherfucker.
think?
I hope he just fucking, he's the dumbest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life.
Have you ever seen that movie Green Room?
No.
Dude, you gotta see
Green Room?
it. Green Room. It's about it's with a bunch of people in it. They're like a punk band. They're a bunch of young kids, like in their mid-20s. They are doing like a little like a leg through Europe. They go and they perform at like a punk rock hall or whatever that's run by neo-Nazis. Patrick Stewart's the head of them, and there's like someone gets killed and they witness it and they lock them in the green room and they have to try to escape and defeat all these neo-Nazis.
There is a lot in like the old school punk like movements in the 70s and 80s in the US. A lot of it was like Nazi inspired, which is like kind of fucked up. But some of them claim they were doing it like ironically to take back over. But there was a lot of Nazi shit in punk rock music too, so that makes
Oh,
sense.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a fantastic movie.
Green Room.
Anyway,
Speaking of
interested?
Nazis, how was therapy?
What?
Maybe it might come up.
The Nazis?
yeah.
Yeah, you had your first therapy appointment?
First two.
Thank
two.
God.
Ew. Oh my
Matt.
God! Stop.
How was it? What'd you feel?
It was interesting. The first time was very much just like answering very basic
Yeah.
411 questions, which was like kind of annoying. I don't really like
Especially
having.
you have to pay for it.
Yeah, it felt like very first date vibes
Yeah.
where it's like you just. But I get it. You have to know. But she did ask one question, and I just like couldn't answer because I got choked up. I was like, I can't talk about this right now. And I was
Oh my
like, well,
God.
that's a really good question. Like I've
What
never been
was
asked.
it?
I'm not gonna say.
Can you tell us after?
Yeah, I'll tell you after.
Okay.
Erin's excited for the tea. And then I was like, okay, well, that's interesting because like it's what I liked in the second time is that I told her, I was like, can you just ask me more questions? Because that's how I think some people use therapy to just like vent.
Oh, it's so awkward.
I can't just like start venting.
I need
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah,
Because
just-
I'm like, I don't know what to talk
and you're the
about.
professional. Fucking
Yeah.
guide the session here. I don't show up to basketball practice and they're like, all right, well, show me what you can do. It's like, no, teach me how to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Teach me how to dribble. Teach me a play.
Probably because some people are just like that. They just go in and like
Spiel.
load.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm always like,
oh
how
my
are you?
God.
I'm
Like
like,
that
I don't know
girl.
why
Have
I'm
you seen
asking.
the new Nathan For You show? The first episode with that
The
woman?
rehearsal?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen the
yeah.
whole
They're
thing.
with that,
It's so
that woman
good.
in the first one who just comes in.
Just nonstop blabbering.
It's so good.
Except for when TJ and I are like going out to dinner with people, we now are like, okay, let's rehearse. What questions are we going to ask? What are topics of conversation we're
funny.
going to have?
That's really funny.
I like the guy on TikTok who will be like, he'll go up to like a woman in New York and be like, hey, do you know where the Shake Shack is? And you'll just answer. Just be like, oh, I think it's a half a block that way. So, excuse me, do you know where the Shake Shack is?
Yeah, it's like,
That's enough.
I love that.
And then all the comments are like, Jesus, this woman just wouldn't quit yapping. What a yapper.
that's why I love TikTok.
Oh man.
funny.
Anyway, so I don't go in and just like rant because I
Yeah.
can't. I've
Yeah.
trained myself to not complain. But what I do like is that she'll ask me questions that I've never been asked before.
Yeah.
Which that's great for my brain just to
Yeah.
like think about things in a different way.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, I feel like it seems a little slow though.
It is. It's a very long process.
I just would love to like let's pick a Friday from like 10 to 2. Let's just knock this
Just-
out.
Do it for like
Let's
10
just
hours.
let's just deal with it. Like let's get it out of the way. I'll and then be done with it. But
Yeah.
What made you like take the leap?
my insurance changed and I didn't have to pay for it anymore.
That's my biggest like problem right now is I pay so much fucking money for therapy, but now I have insurance that will cover therapy, but I'd have to have a different therapist, but she already knows everything from like 2016 or something. Like
Yeah.
I've had her for so long. I'm like, I don't want to start over. I like her a lot,
And she
but I
won't take.
pay like almost $800 a month for it.
Will she take any insurance? Or she
She doesn't take insurance. However, I hit my deductible because I had my freaking appendix taken out. So I think my insurance will reimburse me like half.
Oh,
each.
for out of network people?
Yeah, but still, it's just like I could be paying $35 a week.
That's what I'm doing.
So I don't know. I don't
Also,
know
it's
what to
really
do.
tough to find one.
I would say it's worth the money to stick with your lady because then you have to start from scratch.
I know.
I would just like to pick a topic.
I want to know what health insurance you're on.
Anthem.
How much are you spending a month?
It's like $330 a month. It's fucking
And you
expensive.
Get that covered?
And mental health is unlimited sessions, $45 a session.
Shit.
No matter what they charge.
That's
But if
Blue
you
Cross
had-
Blue Shield, right?
I think it's like a subsidiary.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
I used to have that with
Actually,
my
I
mom.
haven't really checked into Kaiser what
Oh,
they
Kaiser
cover.
doesn't have
Kaiser
shit, dude.
sucks.
No, you
They're the
have to
fucking
do a
worst.
to get, like, a
therapist there, and then they're
Yes.
also like, okay, once I feel like you've completed,
It's
you're
not a
gone.
long term thing.
So should I leave Kaiser?
100%.
Yeah.
When we
So-
took you to get your appendix out, I left Kaiser because I went to Kaiser and I was like, I
Seeing
need to
that
switch.
facility.
Yeah.
Thank God I switched because this happened.
I was like, their app.
Comfy
Their
as
app
fuck.
is great every
but
time.
every app, I mean,
Yeah.
that I feel like
For,
every
like,
health insurance app
the
is great.
communication I have with all of my doctors.
Yeah, but that's like
though.
any place you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll be
Like I
you'll be
can
a
just
lot
message
happier.
my doctor whenever I want.
Hey, Kaiser, I'm so sorry, but I'm leaving.
This is his final resignation.
Yeah.
Damn, should I do that today?
Yeah.
You can't.
You have to do it during open enrollment.
open
Oh
enrollment.
yeah.
Dude, I should send an apology letter though, for sure, right?
You should a notes
Oh,
app.
I was
Send them a
like,
notes
wait,
app
for what?
screenshot.
I'm so sorry.
I'm
No,
so sorry
fuck
that
them.
you're scary.
That's what my problem with my therapist. Like, I wouldn't know how to like break up with her. I'd feel so bad.
Oh,
It's okay.
Yeah, it's
Just be like, I'm cured, and then go find someone else.
I'm cured. She'd be like, bitch, no, you're not.
Yeah. Be like,
You like that? You like her?
I do, and it's also like, yeah, she knows so much, so it's like I don't have to
Yeah.
explain anything at this point.
yeah.
But it's so much money.
Start another insurance and then you cancel on the same day.
No.
How do you do like?
I
your
have
right?
a guy. I literally called him, and he did everything for me, and he was amazing.
Dude,
Who's your guy?
California.
I'll send you his number.
California offers assistance for insurance. It's fucking amazing. It's like it's a third party company that the California government pays. You call them up, they answer the phone immediately, and they will spend 2 hours with you answering every question. They will like log in and do all the fucking sign up for you and just do everything for you.
What?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's how I got health
Wait,
insurance.
with not just health insurance,
With health,
but with
no,
like
specifically with health
auto
insurance.
insurance too.
No. It's specifically for health insurance.
Sometimes auto insurance. Do you think you're really saving the most money you can with auto insurance? Because you know how I was like, hey, you can save 15% more with us. This.
I mean,
You have to
No.
compare. You have to compare the rates. But there is and like government organizations. There are government organizations that help you with everything. Like if you have trouble like with, I don't know, you sold your car to a dealership and they're not paying you, you can email your local representative and they will be like, okay, talk to the Department of Auto Consumer Affairs, and then they will like send a letter on your behalf.
Oh my God.
Sounds like a
So
lot of
much work.
schlepping.
I mean, it's better than you doing the work.
No, it is,
You got to
yeah.
use the government. It's the fucking best.
But I feel like, how is that any different? Like with
Because
auto
then you're
insurance,
not
you're just
dealing
like,
with it.
put me on this. Okay, thank you, bye.
Well, for signing up for health insurance, it's really confusing because it's like,
PPO,
do you want to
HMO,
hide? Yeah,
high deductible,
Yes.
fucking this and that.
but the California thing is really nice. I would recommend it, Matt. But you
Okay.
can't do it anytime. It has to be, I think it was like January.
It's like November.
It
November to
depends. Sometimes,
January.
like my insurance agent that I was
Oh.
talking to just like got me in.
But
randomly.
you get married, so
Oh.
that is called special enrollment privileges.
Happens if you get divorced too.
Oh, slay.
Yeah, so when you get married, you can change your health insurance. I would highly recommend changing your health insurance to Anthem when you do.
Okay.
But not every therapist also takes, insurance. You have to find a provider that does. But yeah,
Are our listeners liking this?
Yeah, they love it. I can tell. I need to pee.
okay, we
too.
can wrap it up.
No? Do you not think so? Never
No,
mind.
just
I'm
laughing
sorry.
because I feel like you're
listening to
like
something
do they
the
like
other.
it?
What the fuck was I listening to? And someone like was talking about something. They were like, "Is this interesting?" And then they're like, "Who cares? Like, no one's paying to listen to this.
Oh, yeah,
it's free
true.
It is free,
entertainment."
yeah.
Yeah, but we do want them to stick around.
No, 100%. But it's like such a good point that it's like, talk about what you want to talk about. Like, this is
Yeah.
your platform.
Exactly.
Talk about your
Oh, I'm
insurance.
sorry.
And for what?
I don't know.
Matt, you apologize a lot, and I feel like you should see a therapist.
Yeah.
You should just see
I
Gary
guess
Penn.
so.
Just pay
But
Gary
it's
Penn.
really, I don't feel that bad. I feel like I just apologize out of decency because
No,
I feel like
I
it's
know
the
what you mean.
right
It's
thing
like,
to
I'm not
do.
literally sorry. It's just like-
I don't feel bad, but I just feel like if I'm not saying it, then the person's gonna think that I'm not being considerate.
No, you're
of
just
the
I think
being a
moment.
little
sometimes
annoying.
I think you
Oh
sometimes
my god, it's
manifest.
gonna make it feel worse.
You sometimes
have to
manifest
bully
people
him to stop
being
doing
upset
it.
with you because of how profusely you
What the
apologize.
fuck is upset with me?
All of us.
Yeah.
Really?
Look around the room, Matt.
I counted. You've said I'm sorry 10 times today.
We've got to count. We should have one of these TVs as a counter.
Yeah.
That's just. I'm just trying to be a good person.
No, it's fair. I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
trying and failing.
But you like apologize even after you say like your opinions about things sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
Which like you shouldn't apologize for.
I know.
You can keep apologizing to me though.
I've been getting sometimes
Yeah, we
so.
should
I've been
apologize
getting,
to you.
I've been getting frustrated though lately. Where I sometimes do you ever like realize when people are like conversational hijackers, or some people who will talk about what they want to talk about.
And it's not just that.
Oh my gosh. But for like 30, 20 minutes, I'll listen to people talk. Because I'm like, I think I'm a good listener. And
Yeah.
I'll validate people's stuff when they want to talk about. And then it's like the moment you want to talk about, the person's like, all right, I got to go.
Yeah.
I'm out of
Oh,
here. And you're like,
no.
huh? What was that? Like,
They were
where's
just
like the give
dumping.
and take? And sometimes I've been at parties and I'm like, I've been able to say fucking anything. Because like everyone
Just say that to them.
I
You-
did.
Matt, you also
I,
are-
actually
You
I
did?
did. Well, I kind of did say it to like someone where I'm like, dude, wrap it up. You've been talking about this for 20
Iconic.
minutes. I've been able to say
What was,
anything.
what was he talking about?
I don't fucking know what it was about.
Like,
we were
I
like really
tuned
drunk,
out.
but I was just
Oh,
like sitting
yeah.
there and I'm like, and I was looking at the other person and go, has this been going on for like 20 minutes or am I going crazy? And the person was like, it has been going on for a really long time.
But you are really good at parties making people feel like you will listen to anything they want to say.
I love
Yeah.
showing people how much I enjoy them.
I know.
No,
enjoy
you're
a
really
lot of
good at
people.
that. I feel very like safe talking to you about things because you're very open and like.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
try to create that space.
Yeah, no, you do.
But
you do.
sometimes, lately, I've been like, I'm gonna fucking start. I love the podcast. This I feel totally
Yeah, yeah.
valid in talking. It's just when I'm out, sometimes I'll be with people who just talk and talk and talk, and I'm like, can I just talk for a goddamn second?
No.
I had it happen over the weekend.
It's
Oh,
it's
Lord.
also, I do think that you are a person that people want to prove themselves to. like they want to be validated by you, and they think that they're going to just tell you something that's going to make you validate them, but you're such a good listener that you're just continuing to let them say what they're saying. And maybe if you just give them a little bit of like, oh my God, that's fucking hilarious, dude. Wow. Anyway, and then you can get into your thing.
I've been having to go like, get to the skinny of it. Tell me the skinny, because I'm not fucking sitting. Because even when I'm telling stories, I'm always like, okay, basically this, that's it. I try to wrap it with a bow for people, for them to get it. Like I'm going to tell you what the gist of the story is in less than a minute. People will go on 5 minutes sometimes, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. So where is this heading? Like, it sounds like I'm impatient, but I'm like, it is not courteous to me as a listener. I'm always trying to think about
some people just aren't good at storytelling.
Yeah,
if I've been talking
I'm definitely
too
not.
long, I'm sorry. The point is,
like that girl we were listening to on Instagram today.
Yeah, she just
she's
talks.
amazing at storytelling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you're really good at storytelling. But I'd be like, oh, yeah. And then who was there? Oh, I can't remember what that person's
this
name
happened last
is.
weekend. No, you know what? It was 2
that's
weekends
me.
ago.
Yeah,
it's
like,
really
okay,
me.
it doesn't
Inconsequential
Correcting
stuff.
details that do not matter.
Oh, I do that 100%.
The waitress's name was... now it's going to kill me.
Yes.
What was her name?
Dude, I had a friend in college who was like that, and it would go on forever. I do not miss that person. Trust me, this was a good buddy of mine. I do not miss him at all. When he left my life, I was like, oh my God, I can have
so much time back.
better conversations with people. Oh my God. Where is he today?
Maybe he has like a social anxiety. I feel like people who do that, though, like it's not like a skill they have.
Yeah.
So you need to be mindful of
You
that.
also
Or it's
really
like
care
ADD
about
or
care about what I call
something.
the LinkedIn details of people when you meet them, and I do not give a shit about that. You'll
What do
know,
you mean?
like Matt will find out all the LinkedIn profile information about a person when he meets them. Where did they grow up? Where do they go to school? Where do they work? Who do we have in common? Like,
Oh, I have to do that because, dude, 60% of the time, and I meet someone, we know the same people. We know the same people. I have to have those because I love those conversations because it creates a common bond, and they're like, "Oh my God, this is awesome. We know the same."
There's people I've been friends with for 3 years, and I did not know where they went to college until 4 years into being friends.
Yeah.
with them.
Oh, you're so right about me that I do that.
It's
You're
what I call the
LinkedIn
LinkedIn
guy.
details, which I hate when people tell me. Well,
it
so I went
helps
to
me-
Michigan, and then I'm like, I do not give a shit at
Also,
all where you went to college.
So long ago.
But it
Oh
helps
my
me
God.
make sense of like the person and where they're from and their like perspective. Not saying it defines them, but they're illustrated in my head better than just this like cold stranger I'm talking to.
It's like you have a Filofax in your brain.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I just.
But then also, didn't you like get tripped up because there was someone you thought was from Texas, and then he turned out to be just from Venice, and you were like, it changed your whole perspective on him?
Yeah. What was it? Daniel Bennett. I always thought he was just like a good middle American guy. I'm like, so where did you grow up, man? He's like, just around the my I'm like, in Venice? my brain, it couldn't compute that he was like this local LA kid.
So interesting you think of people in that way.
Yeah, yeah.
I like context. I'm not saying there's no judgment or anything, but I think
Like the amount of people he's told me, they're from New Jersey, and I'm like, I have no idea, and I've been talking to this person the whole time, but I didn't know they're from New Jersey, or they went to Rutgers, or like...
it's because I did competitive speech, and I would go to all of these colleges.
That's also why you hate people who tell stories poorly.
Yeah, you're really good at it.
That makes so much more sense.
Yeah, it's like competitive about storytelling.
But I also
It's
think
time to change your insurance and get into therapy.
I think
They'll
like,
dig to the deeper root.
True. I think we had like family dinners a lot as a kid, and we would all talk a lot, and we would exchange stories and stuff. And sometimes my dad would be very like, "Okay, get to the point. Where are you going with this?" And like in an encouraging way,
Classic therapy.
Yep.
It always stems from
trauma.
childhood.
To the
No,
parents.
it's not trauma, but it was
It's
like
not trauma,
an
but
encouraging
everything
way.
stems from childhood.
Yeah.
Literally
I
everything.
I don't know. I just don't like to like waste people's time.
Yeah, that's fair. And thanks for not wasting our time.
Yeah. Sorry that I wasted
Never
your
have I ever let you.
Okay, I'm literally gonna pee my pants.
too.
Can we
All
wrap
right,
this
see you next
baby
week,
up?
everybody. Bye.
Bye, guys.